Well, Framber pitched a gym tonight. The offense, they didn't show up. Jacob Melton came to the ballpark expecting to play. Well, he did. The offense didn't do much other than keep a streak from happening. So let's talk about this and maybe some trade deadline talk right now.
Yainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talkstros. Find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can you find you at?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me at Stros for 101. You know where to find me. I'm always positive, always Stros.
Hey guys, thank you for making us part of your daily routine. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, go and make us your first listen. We're getting really close to 15,000 subscribers, so go and make us your first listen. It doesn't take a lot. All you have to do is hit that little red button down there that says subscribe. And guys, we got a lot to talk about. I know the Astros are in the middle of a 5-game losing streak, but they did do something that they haven't done in a little while. We'll talk about what they did. We'll go and talk about some injury updates, including Jeremy Pena. When is he be coming back? Well, maybe sooner than you might think. And also, Brett, I've been doing a whole bunch of nows recently, but it seems like there's a lot of trade rumors surrounding the Houston Astros, but I don't know how much of it is legit, how much of it is just people just throwing stuff at the wall just to see what sticks. But it's getting close to trade deadline day, right?
Well, apparently, according to Dana Brown, it's not just talk. I mean, you saw tonight, they played the Washington Nationals against the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball, and they could not even muster more than one run. So I promise you, there is a bat move coming. They are getting a bat or two. They've got to do something. There's no way you depend on Yordan Alvarez at 75%. There's no way. Like right now, Yainer Diaz looks completely lost at the plate. I mean, when Mauricio Dubon is hitting the ball to left field harder than Diaz is, and I don't know what's going on. To me, Diaz looks like he lacks confidence. Christian Walker's not getting it done. Jose Altuve not getting it done. Nobody on this team is stepping up. You've got a pitcher who is on the mound, who is doing everything he can to get this team in the W column, and they broke the streak of consecutive games won by games that were pitched by Framber. And even if Framber doesn't get the win, but the Astros still win, that is all that matters to Framber Valdez. But he looks like an ace tonight. He looked great. The offense, again, terrible at home. Now, what's going on? I think they're tired. I think they've got this weight on their shoulders. And yeah, they're going to grind. They're going to wash it. But you better win these next two versus Washington, because after this, you're going to Boston, and it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the trade deadlines coming up. A lot of people are concerned about, hey, I'm about to be traded. There's a lot of because a lot of teams are saying, well, if we're going to make a trade, we want somebody off your MLB roster. So that has a lot to do with it. But the Astros did something today. They lost. Yeah, they lost in one of Framber Valdez's starts, but they also scored first for the first time in 18 days. They did not tie for a record with I believe it was the Orioles in 1987.
Right.
They did not tie that with 19 straight games where they did not score first, but they scored first. Thank you to Mauricio Dubon. That's why I made him the cover boy of tonight's podcast, because this was a big deal. It didn't lead to a victory in today's game, but maybe it gets them going on the right direction, Brett. But Framber Valdez, and what you're talking about earlier, 6 innings, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, and he had 12 strikeouts in this game. Not only did he have the 12 strikeouts, but he reached 1,000 strikeouts in his career.
No, yeah, a huge milestone for Framber Valdez. Hats off to him. His price keeps getting driven up. In a group text I'm in right now, they're like, "Yep, Framber's gone," especially after tonight. It's just frustrating. Now, I'm not frustrated or surprised in this team when they're not able to produce because they haven't done it consistently all year. But to put up one run against the Nationals after you just got bludgeoned by the Athletics, that is not trending in the right direction. Now, right now, currently as we speak, the Rangers are down, okay, to the Angels like 2-1 or something. The Mariners are actually winning, I believe, or something like that. One of the teams is winning, one of the teams is losing currently.
The Angels are up 2-0, and the Mariners are up 1-0.
So basically, if one of those teams wins, it's a 3-game lead. If one of those teams loses, they're still up by 4. So you are not helping yourself. Now, does the season end today? No. Does the division, is it won today? No. But Dana Brown, I promise you, is on the phone. We have heard them floating different names here and there. We'll talk about that in our second segment. But this team at home, we have talked about it all year, has been really good. And they have 30 come from behind victories. And if you can't come from behind from 2-1, there's something seriously missing. Not panicking, not freaking out. A lot of people are, but the trend has got to go the other way, because if this is the second half, if this is the second easiest schedule in the second half, you've got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and if the Astros fall short this year, it's actually their fault because of the fact that they have not played against these teams. Like, it's basically a layup for the Houston Astros, but they're falling short. They're just not taking advantage of it. And most teams would be licking their chops and saying, hey, we're playing the A's. Hey, we're playing the Nationals. These are not great teams, but they're just not taking advantage of it. Maybe they're just in a rut, 5 games in a row. I know somebody said after yesterday's podcast, but Eric and Brett, they're still in first place. Yes, they're still in first place. But
hey, I said that too.
Well, I know, but somebody was like, I guess we're super negative in one of the shorts that we put up there or something. And somebody was like, they're still in first place. We know they're still in first place. We do a podcast every day, but it's just frustrating that they struggling at the wrong time. And I know we've seen this before. It's not our first rodeo. I know they'll turn things around, but it's just the fact that they're playing bad against the teams that they should be crushing. Granted, Nick Kurtz and the A's, they took care of business. And then you had, you only had, 7 hits in this game, maybe 8 hits in this game.
And again, the bullpen, the highest ERA in the major leagues. You know what? I was doom scrolling while I'm watching the game on Instagram, and I see JD Martinez on a boat. The dude's scuba diving, swimming with sharks. I would take JD Martinez right off of his boat in an Astros uniform right now over half the guys we got right now in the lineup. That's how bad this team needs a boost. JD, are you done R&Ring? Because we need you, sir. You know what? Come back and show us what we missed when we sent you packing and you became an MVP and one of the best hitters of your time. But seriously, that's how bad it is offensively. Now, does this team have within themselves the ability to do that, to get there? They do, but have they done it all year? No. They've still scored too few runs. They've hit too few home runs, but when they hit a home run, they are 50-17. I mean, they win when they hit the long ball. They can't even get a ball out of the outfield right now.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. And I know this team will turn around. We've already seen them turn it around this year. But guys, we'll go ahead and talk about some good news. There is some good news. It's not all doom and gloom like Brett was scrolling through the doom, whatever you said earlier.
No, doom scrolling has nothing to do with doom and gloom. It's, look it up. Doom scrolling means like you're mindlessly scrolling your app or whatever, and you're just caught in and that's all you're doing. I mean, your kids do it. My son does it. Everybody does it. Doom scrolling. It's just when you mindlessly look through Yeah, there you go. Eric's got caught up on the modern lingo there.
All right, guys. Thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day.
That's right. This episode is brought to you by do you got the transitions or not? Okay, here we go. Gameday Hue is here. You see this glove I got? This is a colorway glove. That's right. No logos, just the fresh, clean look of the orange and white, because everybody knows H-Town is rocking with the Astros. No matter how abysmal this offense is, no matter what goes on, I got your back. So does Gameday Hue, with a clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro team and college fans base. It's about letting your colors speak for you, not logos, just smart, versatile styles that work on game day, on the course, and anywhere in between. We have the Gameday Hue hat that doesn't have any logos, but it's clean. It looks nice. It's crisp. It's got breathable material. You can't miss with this. This split shade gloves is a go-to for me. I'll be golfing this week. Right now, you can get 15% off with code MLB15, GamedayHue.com. That's GamedayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals, so now's the time to load up.
Hey guys, go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. Brett and I are part of the Locked On Astros podcast. We appreciate everybody who's an everydayer, somebody that listens to podcasts every day. And we've been throwing out a lot of content. We'll probably be throwing out a lot more content. I know I'm in New York City right now, and I told Brett if anything happens, I'm going to have my AirPods on. And if we need to do like a quick little show, if I need to do a quick little short or something, we'll get something going.
No,
but
this is what I need you to do. I need you to be on a sub in the subway when something goes down. I need an Eric post on a subway when something goes down. But we cannot forget about this. Ryan Sandberg passed away today at 65 years old. Eric, he was one of the greatest Cubs to ever do it in a Cubs uniform. Wade Boggs was talking about him the other day over the weekend and was in tears because he knew Sandberg was on his last leg. He was in the same Hall of Fame class as Wade Boggs. I had the opportunity to talk to him for a short time. I didn't really get to ask him many questions. Just talk to him. Hey, Mr. Sandberg, how you doing? Enjoyed watching you play. I got to tell him growing up, we didn't have a lot of Astros home games. So I got to see him play on WGN in Houston and how I just always admired his ability at the plate with the glove. And he said he appreciated it. One of the more kinder, gentler souls. And I mean, Major League Baseball, man, we are taking it on the chin, losing a ton of legends. We're not just losing legends that my dad watched. We're losing legends that you and I grew up watching, or people our age grew up watching. And it just really puts a finality and puts things in a perspective. You know, Eric, I'm turning 50 August 9th. Ryan Sandberg, 65. That's crazy to think about. So count your blessings. Mr. Sandberg, thank you for everything that you gave to baseball and everything else. But I just had to mention that and pay our respects to him.
No, thank you. I was going to mention that a little bit later, but that's perfect what you just did there. I know it was a big Cubs, like as somebody that didn't have like cable TV growing up, we all had WGN, and so we all used to watch Ryan Sandberg play baseball, and it was a big deal. So yes, he was a Hall of Famer. He was somebody that a lot of people knew about. And Brett, I do want to ask a question. You want me to do a short on the subway?
Yes, I don't care about the noise. I want you in a subway next to a guy dressed like Spider-Man, a street preacher, someone that has a microphone in the middle. Like, I need some viral New York vibes in your short. It's like, dude, if the Astros go get Brendan Donovan, I need a YouTube short. I don't care if the Statue of Liberty is way behind you. I need something. I need Times Square break, like stand up in the middle of a Broadway play. Let's go full stop with this, Eric. And I mean, come on. You're Eric the Man Huysman, not just Eric Huysman.
All right. You brought up Brendan Donovan. I guess we could save the injuries for the next segment, but we could go and talk trades right now since you kind of teased that earlier. But there's been a lot of talk about what the Astros need, and Dana Brown said that right now they definitely need a hitter. They would like to get another bullpen arm. If they get a starter, that would be nice. But the primary focus right now is a infielder, preferably somebody that hits left-handed. And I don't have it in front of me right now, but Brendan Donovan, the more I think about it, I know somebody wanted us to talk about it over the weekend. We didn't get a chance to yesterday. But Brendan Donovan is like checking a lot of marks. He plays second base. He plays shortstop. He plays third base.
Mm-hmm.
He
even plays outfield.
He plays. He's under team control for 2 more years after this. He's not a superstar, but guys, there's not a lot of these guys out there that are superstars that will come over here and like just turn your team around. Eugenio Suarez is one of those guys, but he just got hit in a hand today by with a fastball. The X-rays were negative, so he'll probably be okay. But there's not any big impact pieces. Like I would think that Lewis Robert maybe with he's on a hot streak at the right time, but the Astros really don't need an outfielder at this point. They desperately need an infielder.
So here's the deal. So I know that the Astros have checked in on Brendan Donovan. I know they've called and asked about him. I know they've called and asked about Suarez. I know they've called and asked about Beatty and about Vientos. Those are players that they've checked in on. Now, what does that mean? When a team checks on a team, it could be as simple as, hey, guys, we're interested in this guy. Just letting you know, we're lining up some deals. We're going to send you one now, but it's probably not the best offer. However those talks go, that's what that is. So when we say that they're going on after that, is it realistic? Does it seem like it's a realistic that they could get someone like a Donovan? Probably not. But depending on the urgency that the Astros feel, I don't know. But here's a guy that I would like them to go get, Griffin Jax. Eric, this year, Griffin Jax has 14.9 Ks per 9 this season. The guy only walks 2 batters a game per 9 to like 2.4, which is not terrible, but that 14.9, the guy's got nasty stuff. He has a history of starting. He is a starter. He is a guy that could come in. He's done some relief, but Griffin Jax is a guy that not a lot of people are talking about. Someone told me earlier, well, he's not under the radar exactly, but he is someone that I think the Astros could get that doesn't have a massive price. Willie Castro is another viable option. That is someone that I know Ari Alexander has talked about the Astros are interested in as well. So there are guys that we are looking at, that we are interested. And Dana Brown has said, we have to go get a bat. When your GM is saying that, so here's the deal, we'll take 75% of Yordan over some of the guys in our lineup, then that tells you something about what they think about their confidence level taking this team into the lineup. And someone earlier said, hey, I told y'all earlier that they were going to struggle in the second half. We didn't ever say they weren't going to struggle. We were going to say the second half is kind of a blessing because it's the second easiest schedule in Major League Baseball. Now, with that being said, they have a responsibility to score. They have a responsibility to back up your pitcher who throws 12 strikeouts, who goes out there and pitches his you-know-what off.
Right.
I mean, come on, guys. Dude, I love Yainer Diaz. He's my guy. But Yainer, let me just tell you what it looks like from a 10,000-foot view and a non-hitting coach opinion. It looks like you don't have confidence at the plate. Your swings don't seem like they're full effort. And I just don't see the Yainer Diaz that I saw last year. And so whatever Yainer Diaz you have right now, we need to bury it. You need a little Jobu or a little something in your locker, and you need to watch it. You need to get out of your mind, and you need to focus. You had a week off the All-Star break. You need to get off of whatever it is you're on, because Yainer Diaz, if he wakes up, maybe Christian Walker wakes up, some of these guys, Eric, they've got to do the job. They're just not doing it.
Yes, so we'll go ahead and continue this conversation because I just saw something that Dana Brown said earlier to Jim Bowden on ESPN and about a trade deadline, and we'll go and talk about what he said live on air. So, guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out. Go and make Michael Connor over at the Locked On Astros podcast your first listen as well. And as Brett's making hand signals over there, go and make us your first listen. Subscribe to us. Go and help us.
The H. So I was like,
go ahead and make us your first listen. So right now, I know that we were talking about the trade deadline. And there are a whole lot of needs. This team has, I think they were lucky at times to get to where they are. They've had a lot of players playing above their heads, so to speak. You're getting production from players that probably shouldn't have been on a lot of rosters. Jon Singleton was DFA'd, by the way, today, if anybody was living in a rock. But Jacob Melton was brought back up today. But Jim Bowden said that he had a conversation with Dana Brown, and this is what Dana Brown told him, that he's looking for a left-handed hitter and a Game 3 starting pitcher.
Say that again?
He's looking for a left-handed hitter and a Game 3 starting pitcher for the playoffs.
Game 3 starting pitcher and a left-handed hitter. Well, Brendan Donovan, come on down.
So here's the names that he's heard: Ryan O'Hearn, Brandon Lowe, and Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies
is terrible. No, Eric, Ozzie Albies is terrible, dude. He's not good. He doesn't improve this team. I know he's heard that. Yes, I know he's heard that. I've heard that. But Ozzie Albies is not good. That's it has to be a move to get this team better. It can't be a mid move, right?
Right.
It can't be Eric, I don't really trust Bowden. I just think, I don't know, man. He seems to swing and miss a lot. But look, I don't know if you saw this, Eric. I went ahead and put this up here. Okay. I want to go back to Framber Valdez real quick. After the game, he was frustrated with the defensive positioning, and they show a play where one of the Nationals got a double. He said it doesn't make sense that the right fielder was playing center field with the lefty that was hitting. That should have been a single. And let me tell you, man, when your ace is expressing frustration, that's not a good sign. Do you remember, Eric, the famous post game where Dallas Keuchel basically admonished the front office saying they weren't going to get anybody, and I guess we're not going to get anybody, and that's the year they got Justin Verlander. That's the year that they won their first World Series.
We're talking about the GOAT here, right, Mr. Altuve?
No, that was Dallas Keuchel.
No, I'm talking about the guy that made the bad play in today's game. That Framber Valdez got upset about.
No, he was upset because the right fielder, Cam Smith, was in center field on against a left-handed batter.
It was Trammell today.
Oh, okay, Trammell. So Trammell was in right field. Well, the right fielder, okay, whoever was in right, Framber was pissed about it. So that's not a good sign. So and I'm not saying there's some random clubhouse thing, but this team is frustrated because this team believes that they've got more in them. Jason Alexander is going to start tomorrow for the Houston Astros. So they've got to get something going here because the trade deadline could make or break this team this year.
Right. So I know we need to get to injuries, but Dana Brown did say we feel like we're going to get something done. What does that something mean? Is it going to be one small deal? They're going to, of course, make some trade. Now, a lot of people, including myself, have said, well, I don't think the Astros have enough prospect capital. They don't have a lot at the upper level, but at the lower levels, they have some players that they could definitely deal, and it's going to hurt them. And that's what I've said from the very beginning. But it's going to hurt them.
But Dana said they are going to trade off the major league roster. That's what he said. So I think Chaz gone. I think one of the relief pitchers may be gone. Could it be someone like a Melton? Could be gone. I'm serious. Like if it's a big enough get that they get controllable years, would you give a Jacob Melton and a Chaz McCormick or a Jacob Melton and Miguel Uola for a Brendan Donovan? I'm just saying, Brandon Lowe, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. He's on the IL. Why would we get a guy that's injured on a team that has injuries? You know what I'm saying? Someone goes, Jason, who? Jason Alexander, the guy from Seinfeld. Jason
yada. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk, while we're talking about injuries, let's go and talk about the big elephant in the room, and that's the Astros. 18 players on the IL right now, and hopefully they don't add to this list. But it's a big issue that the Astros have been facing all year, and it's kind of where they are with they're 13 games above 500 right now, but there's some good news on Jeremy Pena. He's going to be he did some baseball drills in Sugarland today, and he's actually going to be starting in tomorrow's game.
Actually, he did baseball drills at the stadium at Dyken Park.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he was in full uniform, but he's going to get rehab starts. Yeah, he starts tomorrow. You're correct about that. He will start at Constellation Field. I'm actually going to go be there and catch some of his highlights there from the camera wells tomorrow night.
And they said it's likely only going to be maybe 2 to 3 games. So don't expect a long stint in AAA. This is more just to get him some look at some live pitches and just get his timing down. And I think that they're desperately needing some offense. So I think you're going to see him coming back. I think Jacob Melton only had 2 games. And you and I were talking off air, I think 2 days ago, when Melton was taken out of the AAA lineup. And I was like, I think he's coming up. And you're like, I don't know. And because there's so much going on right now. And so I thought they would give Jacob Melton a little bit more time, but he was up. And
but I mean, he's been doing baseball stuff in the Florida Complex League anyway. So I mean, he's ready to come up. I don't think they rushed Jacob. Jeremy Pena, I see him joining the Astros in Boston. I believe the first game in Boston, he'll be there. So he will probably fly with the team. He'll probably play 3 games, might have a day off, and then maybe he plays game 2 in Boston. But he looked good taking grounders. He was on his knees on the sideline, taking grounders, taking the little, the one hoppers that Perez Chica throws him. And so he's looking good there. It's exciting though, Eric, because you got guys like Spencer Arrighetti coming back. You got Christian Javier nearing a comeback. You got Luis Garcia not far behind. So there is help arriving. But until that help gets here, offense, you got to wake up. Quit chasing pitches down and away. I know how to game plan for this team. Sweeper down and away from every hitter that goes up to the plate. They're going to go for it. A guy that's got the most wild pitches in Major League Baseball this year, the first sweeper he throws, Mauricio Dubon swings and misses. Now he lays off and eventually gets called out on a real bad pitch. Should have been a walk. But had he not swung at that first pitch, he would have walked. So they got to be patient. They got to do a great time.
Jimmy says that coming back means ETA summer of 2026. I think that's exaggerating things a little bit, but I get the frustration that fans have had this year. I do want to clarify that Arrighetti is going to get one more start down in the minor leagues. Then he should be coming back. So that would be a big piece to the puzzle. But like I've been saying, you cannot just count on the ifs. Well, what if Christian Javier comes back and pitches 6 innings? What if Luis Garcia comes back? You got to go ahead and just have, if Dana Brown is really going out there for the game 3 guy, I don't know who that game 3 guy is, but the Braves are just going out there and taking everybody's garbage. Carlos Carrasco, Eddie Fede, everybody that's being...
You mean Eric Fede?
Fede, yeah. But everybody that's being DFA'd by other teams, the Braves are like, we want all the pitching depth. We don't care how bad they are. we know what it's like when it comes October. You need all the arms that you get because it's crazy how you don't know what happens. The trade deadline is just one thing, but you got to be ready for the long haul. And the season's not over.
Yeah. So someone over here is saying Arrighetti can't throw strikes or Spaghetti can't throw strikes. Yes, he can throw strikes. He's throwing them right now. He's fine. He'll be back. He'll be good. Yeah, he walked 5 in the minors. It's okay. Rehab. Okay, folks, how many times do I have to tell you? Rehab starts. It doesn't matter the actual results. What matters is how the pitcher feels. They're working on getting their pitch forms there. And that's what Arrighetti's working on. So Arrighetti comes back. He'll have it figured out. He's got this. Don't worry about it. Yes, Christian Javier will be back soon, but he will have at least 1 or 2 more starts in AAA, but he's in AAA Sugarland. All these guys are getting healthy. So, Eric, all hope is not lost. They can still win the next 2 games. And dang it, if they make a blockbuster deal and you're near the E-Train or whatever, Broadway Street, and there's something big, New York, I need you to put that behind you, and I need you to blast the news out for us, okay?
All right. What about if that's Nolan Arenado? Well, I know that news came up today.
Come on, Nolan, we need you. We need everybody. I said, I even want JD Martinez off a fishing boat right now.
Well, actually, I'm going to put that to rest. I'm pretty sure that Dana Brown said that, well, we tried to basically convince him to come here. We're not rebuilding.
I think they're still talking. If they're calling about Brendan Donovan, they're like, you remember when we talked about that guy at third base?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so we'll see. I know that the Astros are definitely not rebuilding this year, but what about the future? I mean, they have a good team this year, but can they still sell Nolan Arenado on the future? And so that would be the issue. And I know he's not having the best season, but he's still a healthy bat. He's somebody that can go out there and play. So, guys, that's all we got for this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. Hopefully the Astros can do something they haven't done in 5 games, which is WIN.
No, 6 games. It's a 6-game losing streak right now, isn't it?
No, I thought it was 5 games.
Is it only 5 games?
Yes. It just feels like 5 games.
Oh,
yeah,
it feels like 60-game losing streak.
Okay. If they lose tomorrow, you can blame H-Town Wheelhouse. You can find him on X at H-Town
blame
Wheelhouse.
Me. Hey, I'm not swinging the bat or not. I mean, this is how they would play if I was in their lineup.
That's all we got for this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. He is Brett Chancey. And go and make us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out.
Go Stros. Whew, that's a wrap.
Music wasn't